I want to show you today one of the easiest ways it is to actually convert your traffic, your social media audience, your network, the contacts that you actually have in and around your ecosystem into paying clients. So, your social media followers, your subscribers on YouTube, the people that you have access to contact. I'm going to teach you today the easiest way to actually turn them into paying clients. And there's a lot of people that overcomplicate this. I know there's hundreds of different sales funnels out there. I know there's a ton of different methods in regards to booking people onto calls and creating an opportunity for yourself and putting yourself in a position where you can present your offer to potential clients and create paying clients from those opportunities as well. So I want to just debunk quite a lot of these these methods today and show you just how easy it is to make that transition from followers into paying clients. Now, there's three steps that I want us to focus on first and foremost. Again, this is going to be super, super easy. Now, step number one, you have to truly know your specific target market. Now, a lot of people don't know this, or a lot of people don't quite understand who their audience is, or they get confused, they get distracted. You change your market every 2 minutes. You need to know exactly who it is that you're helping. So, your message, your content, the way that you speak, every single thing that you produce and you output is for that one person. Okay. The second thing that you need to have a look at is understand what that specific market's number one reason that they're not actually seeing results, they're not achieving the progress or achieving the goal that they actually want. Okay, what is that reason? What is holding them back? What is that number one biggest thing that's stopping them from making the progress that they actually want? And then number three, you as the coach need to know the step by step roadmap to take them from stuck to achieving the result that they actually want, to take them from point A to point B. So you need to know that. So one, two, three steps that is going to really help us out. And then I'm going to discuss exactly how you can make that conversion. Okay. So just as an example, just here. So step number one, truly understand your target market. So skinny guys in their 20s who have an online business and they want to fill out their t-shirts to gain more confidence with women. Okay. That is exactly, in this example, exactly my target market. This is who I'm trying to help. Skinny guys in their 20s, it's specific. I'm targeting men. I'm targeting guys who are skinny and they're in their 20s. They have online businesses. So they're working remotely. They could be anywhere in the world. They can be bouncing around. They can be flexible. They can be free. They've got money. Okay. And they want to fill out their t shirts because they're struggling with the confidence with women. They're struggling with the dating scene. And that's why they want to improve their physique. They want to put on muscle. Okay. Step number two, their number one reason they're not achieving their goal. They haven't got the slightest clue on what to do when they go into the gym. They're just winging it. So they're just walking into the gym, they're walking around, they're doing a couple of exercises or a couple of reps on every single exercise in the gym. They haven't got a Scooby Doo what to actually do when they walk in the gym. They haven't got a clue. They're completely blind when they walk in the gym. And that's why that they're not seeing the progress that they want. They're not training correctly. They're not training with purpose. They don't have structure. They don't have intensity when they train. They're completely clueless when they walk in the gym. So step number three, I will then, the result, the solution, I will create a step-by-step training principles guide that will help them start seeing the progress that they actually want. Okay. So step number one, your target market. Step number two, the number one problem, the number one barrier right now. And then step number three, the solution for that. Write that down specifically for yourself. And then I'm about to show you the exact funnel to implement these three steps to turn your followers into paying clients. So this is the only funnel that you actually need to turn your followers into paying clients. I know there's ebooks that you can produce, there's different lead magnets, you can go directly to an application form. A lot of coaches, you just have your application form in your bio, or you're just telling people to DM you a certain word. Okay. You're testing, you're trialing, you're trying to utilize as many different methods to produce paying clients, which is fantastic. You should always test. But if you want to keep things streamlined, you want to keep things easy, simple, and fast to convert your followers into paying clients, this is the only funnel that you really need. Okay. So I call this the lesson funnel. A lot of people who produce funnels, they call this the webinar funnel, which it is. It still is. But you, as a coach, you're utilizing a pre-recorded lesson to solve your audience's biggest problem, to build trust, and then convert them into paying clients. And this works really well. Okay. So if we have a look at your traffic, so you have your social media following, which we've discussed. So this isn't even including brand new followers. This is just for the audience that you've got right now. You can start producing paying clients today. So your social media following, any emails that you've currently got on your email list, any WhatsApp contacts you've got, friends, family members, referrals. So we are looking at all of the traffic that you have in your ecosystem right now, and we're trying to monetize that and maximize the monetization of that with just what you've got right now. We're not even looking at marketing and producing new audiences here. We're just looking at what you've got right now. Okay. So what we need to do is we need to send all of that traffic to a landing page. Now, on this landing page, you want to show and highlight the biggest problem. You want to show that you understand your audience's biggest problem, and you want to let them know that you've got an exact solution for the problem that they're going through right now. In this particular example, you want to show them and tell them that you have an exact step-by-step roadmap. So when they do, that skinny guy in their 20s who has an online business, when they walk in the gym, I will show you exactly what to do so you can stop wasting your time and you can start making the progress that you want. Okay. We want to really, really highlight that on this landing page. Then we want to get them to opt in. So this is where we want to collect their name, number, and email address. So we know every single person that goes to that landing page, we know the people that are interested in solving this problem. Okay. So we want to get them to opt in and we want to collect that information. Now, as soon as we do that, we will then collect their email address, okay, within that opt-in, which I'll touch on in just a moment. But as soon as they opt in, we want to automatically then give them access to that lesson that you produce. Now, when it comes to that lesson, you can do something very similar to what I'm doing right now, where I've got my whiteboard out. You can create a presentation. You can walk your audience, so that specific audience, through a step-by-step process on how to solve their biggest problem. Keep this 20 minutes as a minimum, but you can go up to an hour, you can go up to an hour and a half as long as you want to, but you will know your audience. And if your audience is super, super busy, for example, keep it a bit shorter. If your audience, has the time to actually invest in that lesson, go for a little bit longer. You will know your audience. You want to keep them engaged. You want to keep them actively listening, taking notes, and fully prepared to start to action the things that you're going through within that video lesson. So you will know your audience better than I will know your audience. Okay. So you'll then automatically give them access to that lesson that you've pre-recorded. You've recorded once, you've done a phenomenal job with it, and you'll never have to do it again. Okay. You'll send them that lesson. And then as soon as they've come through that lesson, they've seen the value in what you've actually got to offer. Okay. So that lesson then is teaching the theory of the solution to their problem. That is the theory of everything. And then to get them to apply, okay, instead of just knowing how to do it, why don't you actually get the accountability, actually get the support, and actually get the bespoke roadmap that you need so we can plug it into your lifestyle right now so you can actually start seeing real results. So the application is the reality of the solution. The video lesson is the theory. The application is the reality of the solution, but we're trying to highlight the problem right at the very beginning. So the landing page is highlighting the problem. They're opting in because they want to find out the solution. They then find out the theory of that solution, and then we're trying to push them into the application form to create the reality of that solution. Okay. Then as soon as they've done that, we'll then push them to a sales call. You'll take them through that sales process, and then you can create brand new paying clients with your offer. It's a simple, simple system. Now, let me just reverse back to the email list because we are collecting emails right at the moment that they actually opt in. Now, as we're collecting those emails, we can then set up some automated emails. Okay. Now, what we want to do is we don't want to push them to our application form because as soon as someone's opted in, they're automatically being redirected to that video lesson. But people might be busy in that very moment in time. They might see that it's a 30-minute video and they might say, oh, I'm going to watch that later or watch that tomorrow. Okay. So we want to remind your audience what they've actually opted in for. Okay. And what I found works really, really well is this structure when it comes to those emails. Okay. So we have a 7-day structure where we want to be sending daily emails every single day. So congratulations on opting in for this video lesson. Just a reminder in case you've missed it, in case you closed the tab, in case you've lost access to it, here it is again. Okay. And then throughout the rest of those 7 days, we want to be giving additional value. We want to be giving additional lessons, additional tips, success stories, everything that we can to truly, truly help your target market. Okay. And then after the 7 days, we just want to space those emails out a little bit because they're getting an email every single day. So after 7 days, we then want to spread it out every 3 days for the next 3 weeks. So in total, this is 28 days of emails that they will be getting automatically. And all you're doing is hooking them in. So you're highlighting the problem again. You're telling them a story. You're helping them out, giving additional value, talking about a scenario you went through as a coach or what your clients went through. You're just trying to help, provide as much value as you can to your audience. And then you're just sending them back to that video lesson. Okay, this is what you're doing for 28 days. And the great thing about this, at the same time that they opt in, there's nothing stopping you manually picking up the phone, giving them a call, reaching out to them on WhatsApp, contacting them to try and go above and beyond to help because you know that they've opted in for a reason. They've opted in because they have the problem that you've spoken about on this landing page. So they want the solution. Okay. They want to come down this funnel. They want to come down this process. And all you're trying to do is automatically with your emails push them through, and then you can manually push them through as well. Okay. This is a very, very simple structure that you can implement at any time. And the great thing about this structure as well, if you're finding that your audience struggles with slightly different things over time, all you've then got to do is change the landing page. So you've just got to change this, and then you've got to change the video lesson, and then you'll just change the email copy just here. They're the only things that you've got to swap out throughout this whole structure. And then over time, you can have a magnitude of these lesson funnels that you can actually build, that you can swap out, you can plug back in. For example, seasonal solutions with your audience is a very, very big topic. Okay. So let's say skinny guys who want to put on muscle during the summer, they might actually want to shred a little bit of body fat. Okay. Because their whole intention is to gain confidence with women. Okay. We have a different problem here, a different solution. We can just swap out and plug back in the problem and solution, but it's all targeted to that number one target market that you are going for. We don't want to confuse things ever. So start off with one lesson funnel, start off with one webinar funnel, implement this into your structure now. You can plug this into your social media, let all of your emails know, let all of your WhatsApp contacts know, friends and family, anyone that is your target market, and you can start turning your followers into paying clients today. Now, this is the structure and this is the theory of everything. If you do need help actually implementing this, so making this a reality for yourself, click the link below. I've got some free goodies in the description of this video. And you can also have the opportunity to apply to work with myself one-on-one to help you grow and scale your coaching business today.